Mango7roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Arknights. This is going to be a top 10 new players tips. I haven't counted how many tips there's going to be, but I'm just gonna say 10. We're just gonna go over little bits of things I've learned in the last 48 hours. Also, just every little part of the game that you might be missing. There's a lot going on in this game. And just as a side note before we get in, I love this game. I'm having a blast. Everything about it has been amazing and I'm super impressed. So if you are on the fence about playing this game, I really recommend you just taking a shot and just having at it for a day or two, see if you like it, because it's really just fantastic. Everything about it is great. So I'm just gonna start a little bit everywhere. So first off, we're gonna go to Get to Know Rhodes Island. There are 2 login bonuses here. And there's also a rookie mission, so make sure you're taking these. Orundum is what you use for summoning, or headhunting as they call it here. There are also a ton of currencies in this game, and it doesn't make sense at the start, but it will as you get going. Their stamina system is called Sanity instead of Stamina. Going through the store first, there are quite a few good things to buy. First off, I purchased the $5 monthly pack. That's pretty much it. I also bought a 99-cent pack, but there's a lot of other people that really enjoy buying this stuff in here, like the starter hunting pack. These one-of-a-kind sort of things are definitely something you should pick up. Also, when you hit level 5, level 10, and a couple other levels, I think they unlock after this, you get some free packs here. So I get this one for free for hitting level 10. And then I can also buy this one here as well for 3 Arknight Prime. I'm not sure the value on this, but I'm buying it because I like it. And the Arknight Primes, if I'm saying that right, are used for summons for stamina refreshing and a couple other things. Most importantly, skins, which we can't see yet. I'm surprised there's no skins right off the bat. There's also the certificate section here, which is a bunch of different currencies. Again, there's 3 different kinds. You can see kind of where you get them from on this menu here. And the first commendations one has a step 2, a step 3, and then the step 1. I love how I didn't start at 1. Me personally, I'm going to be buying the headhunter permits, the Orundum here, and maybe the LMD. I'm not sure. If you're spending money in whaling, you can push your way into the 2nd and 3rd clusters, I believe, but I'm not at that stage. There's also distinctions here as well. I haven't spent any of these yet. I'm not sure what to put it on, but you can buy 6 stars in here. You can get Angelina. I'm guessing this is rotated. I'm not sure how long, maybe once every 14 days, maybe once every month, but we'll get 6 stars to be bought in this store here. There's also the shop vouchers as well, which I have 24 of. You can exchange your tokens here for other things. This is my Melantha. Melantha's my only character I have maxed. And whenever you summon a character you have maxed, you get to kind of get extra tokens here. I haven't spent any of these yet. I'm not really sure what to do, but we'll get there as we go. There's a furniture store, and furniture is good for morale and other things. If this is anything like Azure Lane, I would wait to buy a bunch of furniture for whenever we get like a limited set, because that's usually when you want to spend all your furniture, and we'll get into where we put the furniture in a little bit, which is actually my favorite part of the game. And then we have the credit store. You get once a day. You can hit the claim button, get some credit stuff. There's some stuff that pops up at 75%, 75%, and 50% off. I'm not sure if the 50% are worth it, but I buy the 75% every time. And that's about it for the shop here. There's also operators. There's a ton of different ways you can level up your operators, and I just want to say right off the bat, don't neglect your lower rating and lower star units. I have 3 6 stars. I have 2 accounts in this game. I have one where this is the one right here. I have Shining, I have Silver Ash, and I have Angelina, and then I have a secondary alt account that is just super no summons or anything. I'm just using the free units they give you, and the power level between the 2 accounts is basically nothing at the start, because your 6 stars cost so much more to invest in and to promote and stuff like that. It really makes the 3 stars and 4 stars worthwhile, and there's not many like not good units in this game. So if you find a unit you love, you really like Moose, you really like a Matoimaro, you really like Iron Eater, or anybody, just build them, have fun with them, because they're gonna work out and it's gonna be great and worth it. The units I have built, for example, are Melantha. She's level 5 right now, but you can see this little icon here that means she's Elite 1. so I've promoted her up to Elite 1. 3 stars get locked at Elite 1. They can't go any farther, which is a little unfortunate, but for early game, they cost so little to do. It's just absolutely worth it. So there's a couple ways to level up. One is the promotion, which I can't click on that with Melantha. Another is potential, and potential can go up to 6 here. You get each one of these things, each level up a potential, and your duplicates are used towards potential. I personally have her max because she's the best. There's also a different skills you can get here. If you click at the top, you can level them up as well. This does cost LMD here too. You'll see, and you'll burn through your LMD once you start spending, so keep that in mind with your LMD. It's one of the hardest currencies to get. Gold is always tough in gacha game. And this is just not really a tip, but a really cool section. You can click on the audio records here and just press tap people, and you can hear their voice lines to see if you like their VA, because that makes a lot of difference for people like me. And there's also some really amazing VAs in this game. And if you look at somebody, let's take a look at Cardigan here. So if we are to promote Cardigan up to Elite 1, she'll get a DP cost +2, increased attributes, and max HP up as a talent there. And it costs me 10,000 LMD, and she needs to be level 40. So that's what it takes to get Cardigan to Elite 1. Whereas if we look at Angelina here, she is a 6 star, so bringing her up costs level 50, 30,000 LMD, 5 of these chips, which are not too easy to get, also 7 polyketones, and then 4 sugars. She likes sugar, apparently. So the difference it takes to level up a 3 star to 4 star to 5 star to 6 star is vast, and the 3 star up to Elite 1 is pretty much free. Like, it's obviously not, but the amount it takes compared to this is like a 10th of it. So it is why 3 stars and 4 stars are much better to do early game to kind of get your grind going IMO. I personally have only done Silver Ash and Melantha so far, just because Silver Ash is kind of a broken unit. I'll admit that. But there's a couple others I'm wanting to focus on, like Amia next. She's a free-to-play unit. You get her for free, obviously, and she just excels so much. She's fantastic. What else is there to do? As for squads, building your best team, this is my current setup right now. I like to have 2-ish of almost everything. So I like to have 1 AoE mage if I can. I don't really have that right now. So instead I have AoE archers. I also like to have 1 to 2 tanks. I like to have 1 to 2 healers. I like to have 1 to 2 vanguards. They're really great early game as well. The actual strategy about placement and stuff is something I'll get into in another video, but for now, this is my setup. I also have Angelina, who slows. I have Shining, who heals. So I've got just a little bit of everything, and Melantha is my sniper. I kind of throw her in when there's a problem unit, and she just crushes through them. She does so much damage. There's also recruiting and headhunting. So these are this is a hard one to explain. This will take a video in itself. Maybe I'll do this video tomorrow, but there's very, very, very specific tags you want to use when you're hiring people through recruits. This is something I will put in the description below because I just can't do it in one video. But the tags depend on who you get. Like, who you get depends on your tags, rather. And it's really smart to do them specific ways to increase your chances at 5-star and 6-star units. Specifically, there's a couple that will really stand out, like Top Operator, and I forget the other one. So super keep in mind what you're taking for this, and I will link in the description below. So we'll just do this here, and I look it up every time too, because it makes such a difference in the long run with stuff like this. One of my favorite design units. I flipping love Orchid. So we don't see any special ones here. There's no like Top Operator, which is what we want to look for. But I'll send these out later after I check to see which one I want to do. There's also 2 banners out right now. Right now there is the base one right now, the normal one, and this one has every character in the game right now. There's the 6 that are on the beginner banner, and then 4 extras. The extras being, oh lordy, Fiala, the extras being Ifrit, the extras being Saria, and the extra being, I can't remember the 4th one. Can I do it? Nightingale. I did it. Nice. Named them all. And then The other beginner banner is the only 6 characters you see right up at the front. I can't show you it because it's gone for me right now. First one is a guaranteed 6-star, absolutely worth doing. The second one is not a guaranteed 6-star, but I believe it takes 3,800 to summon instead of the 6,000 this takes. And also, when you're summoning, it automatically turns your Originite Primes into Orundums to kind of fill in the gaps. But I would be careful doing this. I'm not sure if this is a thing that's worth it, specifically because skins are going to cost Organite Primes. They are a limited resource. They are what you buy skins with. That is important. Skins are important. They look great. And you'll have to buy them if you spend them all doing this. So keep that in mind if skins are something you care about. Be careful with summoning. So me personally, I've only done 310 rolls, and I think I'm done rolling for now just because I'm really happy with my units. And like I said, even if I get Excuzai, even if I get Ifrit, even if I get Saria, I don't have the resources to build more 6-stars right now. So I'm really happy using my 3 and 4 and 5 stars right now, and that's what I plan to do, and then just save up for maybe, I don't know if this game has limited banners, but save up for skins, save up for something else. That's at least my plan, but summoning is always fun. So if you want to just get in here and spam that headhunt 10 button. And one of the most confusing places, but one of the best places, and probably my favorite part in this entire game, is the base. This is something that is very reminiscent of Fallout Shelter if you played that, just a little dumbed down. Maybe not dumbed down is the right word, but just a little less things to do. I flipping love this. This is my favorite, like, aesthetics part of the game. Is that the word? Like, my favorite interaction with the game. It's a lot to take in. From what I understand, you cannot remove the right buildings. They're kind of set in stone. Same with the middle ones. It's only the left ones that you can kind of change. So keep in mind, I don't think you can really screw this up permanently, so don't worry too much about it. But we'll go through some of the buildings and stuff. Let me just click out these notifications. If you click the top right, you can kind of see all these notifications. I can tap to collect trust. I can get some clues here. Honestly, the clues building is one of the only ones I don't fully understand. But this has to do with your friends. You can see some of my people. You might even see you here. We see Morgwai, we see Mimi Moon, we see some Silver Ash, we see somebody else with Best Girl. It is awesome. You can also set operators to each individual thing, and they all do different things. So for example, Shirayuki right now has Clue Search, and when this operator is assigned to a trading post, order acquisition efficiency 25%, also assigned to the workshop to process random materials. So each character has different things for different buildings, so make sure you tie them in. They're usually lit up, like we can see Shirayuki's is lit up right here if we click it out, versus the others, so you don't have to go searching, and it's also always on the left side, so make sure you have the right characters to the right places. So I honestly don't fully understand this part yet, but we got a bunch of clues. Nice. Nice. Nice, come on. I was busy, game. Okay, I can click them one at a time and get it no problem, so we're just gonna do that instead of hitting receive all. We get some credits for that. Also, like, I honestly don't fully understand this place, but we get some clues, we put them in there. I'm not sure what happens when we get all the clues, but once you unlock it, sure, something's gonna pop up. There's also a couple other buildings. There's the workshop. This is where you make a bunch of stuff, specifically at the start. And again, make sure you have the right abilities here. Specifically at the start, you can make building materials, furniture parts. You can scroll through here. I'm personally using it for building materials right now just because you need to unlock all of your base. It helps out a lot. There's also the office, which honestly, I haven't figured this out yet. I just unlocked it last night, but this is contracting some operators or contacting some operators. Human resources. I love how that's my human resource person. That's just really funny to me. There's also the dormitory. This is where you can put your awesome looking units and kind of give them pats on the head, which is just awesome. And they can sit on boxes, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is what more games need. Just having stuff like this in the game makes me really happy. You can also do all sorts of furniture related stuff, which you can find yourself as you explore. There's some more here. Doberman just does stuff to me. I can't click on her anymore. It'll be a dangerous video. There's also power plants, which kind of keep your whole place running. There's factories here, and if you click on factories, you can get some things made. I'm making a bunch of everything right now, so let's just make some drill battle records. This is for your XP. and then it starts making them. My second one right now, insufficient capacity, so I have to collect first, and then it starts making again. Third one here, insufficient capacity, so we're gonna start making again. This one is making pure gold instead of the XP thing. I don't know the specifics on like what is exactly the best here, but I'm low on LMD, so I figured making pure gold would add up my LMD, because the trading post, you can trade in that gold for some LMD. So I'm super happy with this whole setup here, and I'm loving it to death. Also, make sure in building mode here, if you click it, and this is all in the tutorial as well, but I thought I'd touch on it. You can upgrade buildings, but I'm not really there yet. I need some more light building materials, so we'll get there as we go. My command center is level 3. It's going to be a while until it's level 4. We actually need some more level 2 facilities. So love this part of the game. It is so unbelievably cool, and there are a ton more things. Like if you click on depot as well, there's a consumable that you can choose a 5-star unit. I chose Liskarn, and then I summoned her literally right after. So if you're gonna pick your 4 out of the 4 starts, I would do a couple pulls first and then pick. Liskarn has been an insane tank for me. There's also Pramanatics, who is great for debuffing. There's a, like, all of the options are good. Don't stress too much about which one you take. I would just take the one that kind of fits your team the best. Like if you don't have a tank, maybe you want to take Liskarn here. As always, dailies doesn't really matter here. Just click all the red dots, follow the red brick road, get some Arundans, complete some orders, and some other things here. We got some Orion shards, sweet. Also, when you're upgrading your operators, let's take a look at Silver Ash. Actually, not Silver Ash. Let's take a look at Angelina here. And if we go to promotion and click on an item, if you're not sure where these come from, it shows at the bottom. So one you can make in workshop, or you can farm them in 2-2, and it shows you the drop rate, which is nice as well. These chips were the hardest for me to get to promote my 6-star. I haven't done this one yet, but if we go into the main section here and we go to supplies, there's a ton of different areas to do. There are 2 important ones that I personally am finding important. One of them is the XP. I can do LS3, and you can do LS3 really early. I did it on my alt account with just the starter characters really early into the game. So if you're having trouble with this, maybe try it out a couple different times, or let me know and I can put out a video for it. I haven't done LS4 yet, but this gives you XP chips, and to go with your XP chips, they take all your LMD. So I've also been farming CE3 for LMD, and this will boost up your account level a lot. If you're just going straight through the story and not doing these, you're gonna have kind of a rough time, especially when it comes to getting your characters built up. So make sure you're doing those. The other ones I haven't really paid attention to yet, so I don't think they're as important yet. There's also chips, and these are used to promote your units. I've only done the Fearless Protection one for my Silver Ash to get these chips, but I don't know if I would recommend doing it too early. It was really hard to do, and it took me quite a few tries to get it done, and it's a chance drop, so it took me quite a few runs, and it's 18 sanity per, so keep that in mind as you're going forward if you're farming your 6 stars. There's Annihilation as well, which I haven't really explored yet, but don't worry, it resets in 1132, whatever that means. And one more thing, I think. Let's just do one more small thing here. If you're trying to figure out how to handle a game, how to handle a mode, always do practice for it first. You get 30 practice plans a day. This is this item right up at the top, and it lets you plan and go through and kind of just like figure out how you want to do the stage without costing you stamina. I love this feature. It's my top like 5 favorite features in the game, just because you screw up so much, and it's so nice to be able to try stuff out and not replace your stamina. Like, it's such a relief. I don't think I can do this stage yet. I haven't tried recently. Yeah, there's no way those are gonna die. Angelina's not gonna do it. So I obviously get wrecked here. Had I have tried this just with this right here, the bottom right one that actually does the stage, I would have lost the stamina, the sanity to do it. You only lose 1, but every time you fail that fast, 1 sanity is tough. It adds up. It really does add up. Also, speaking of sanity, this is not a game where you can play 24/7. This is both a great thing and a bad thing depending on the type of player you are. Me personally, I would rather play 24/7, but not everybody can, so I can understand limiting it like this because there's not too big of a gap between somebody who goes ham and somebody who can just play like an hour a day or even less. That said, you can refresh your stamina 10 times a day with Origanum. God, what's the actual name of it? Originite Prime. You can refresh it 10 times a day. It takes 1 Originite Prime. So if you're wanting to really get ahead of people, that's what you need to be doing. You need to be doing that 10 times a day to refresh your stamina. I don't like that part. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and that's how you kind of get a little bit faster. One last thing before we go, I just want to show you a very, very, very important couple things to do with Vanguards. I have 2 Vanguards right now. I have Vigna, who has an awesome trait, obtains 1 DP after this unit defeats an enemy, and refunds the original DP cost when retreated. So what you can do with somebody like Vigna, throw her out right off the bat, get a couple kills right off the start, you'll get some DP back, and right when she's about to die, retreat her, you'll get everything back. Vanguards are so important. I also have Scavenger, who has a different type of DP kind of resource, and that's in her C++ skill, which instantly gains 9 deployment points every however long this takes. So both Vanguards are absolutely insane. They're almost always the first 2 units I put down. So if you're having trouble with stages, try starting out with a Vanguard that kind of gets you deployment points faster. I really, really recommend something like that, and make sure you retreat them instead of just letting them die. So that's gonna be it for now. Also, as I say this, please, I beg everybody to go look at voice lines of characters because they're awesome. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you think I covered some base things. This is not an in-depth strategy guide. This is just a base sort of don't screw anything super glaringly wrong up right at the start. Go through the voice lines because they are worth it. They are absolutely worth going through the voice lines. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. Let me know if you want to see more Arknights content, and we will talk to you folks later. Have a wonderful day. Bye everybody.